What up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm just playing some sweet sounds. How's everybody doing? Are we all okay? Are we all alive?
Still alive.
Alive is debatable.
Well, you are undead, actually, so
Exactly.
you can continue to play even if you're dead.
Woo!
Which I'm keeping you to. We have a contract.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sounds like
I'm doing as best I can. We didn't get nearly as far as I thought we were last time, so we're gonna retread some ground. Maybe we'll figure it out. In the meantime, I think we have elected Monsieur Liam to do our weekly recap. Hit the audience, Liam, with what weird shenanigans y'all got to in Sanctus Savatus. Without being muted, though.
Yeah.
I think his mic died.
Again?
Oh man, it's so well timed how it happens only when you first get on.
Dope.
Okay, there you
On the
go.
road. All right, cool. So we arrive in this dank city, right? And it's like,
No, it's
yo,
called Sanctus Savatus.
it's called Sanctus Savatus, but really it's Dope City, USA. And we arrive and like our T is just like, dog, what's up? And
You mean R?
R, yeah, that's the right names. Who needs them? And then we arrive in this like big citadel after doing some moderate amount of stuff outside. And then, he does this little circle thing and all the clerics are there and they all hate each other and then some like each other and it's a whole big thing. And then it turns out the whole thing was because this guy named Atom, not Adam, because that would be too easy, was like, yo, someone trying to be a god? And everyone's like, Pasha. And they didn't believe him. And we didn't want to believe him because that's a lot of work, but we kind of had to because he's right. And he can hear the voices in the head like we do, which is awkward. A shared delusion is annoying. Anyway, so we tentatively agreed to help him because we didn't have much other choice because that's the story.
Rude,
And then
but okay.
Art was like, yo, you helping these guys? And then we're like, I guess. And he's like, all right, cool. And then so after that, Zerlock went to go say hi to a nice lady.
Did in
what
fact
you
flirt
do?
terribly.
Talon, you just did some research. You kind of met with the other two clerics and kind of did help them. And then I had a nice family reunion. And nothing awkward or bad happened during that. I met a brother I had. He's okay. My parents are still dicks. And that's kind of where we left off. Parental units. Who needs them?
And speaking of where we left off.
Exactly.
Once again, Leon draws a cross on the blackboard. Okay. Now today we are going to actually talk more in depth about Christ-like characters. Like really get into the qualifications.
In my defense, that hallway scene with Zerlock and the cleric did pose interesting questions about the Bechdel test.
Not 45 minutes worth.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Me too, actually.
I'm the professor here. There are several qualities that one must pay attention to when deciding if a character is a Christ-like character. The most important of which is dying. Speaking of dying, our heroes approach the massive wooden gates of Typhon DeLeon's estate and see two guards out front.
Ahoy!
Is his name technically DeLeon?
Wait, I had two people talking, and I don't... Avalon, were you trying to ask a question?
No, it was a bad question. It's fine.
Wait, what was the bad question?
Is his name Typhon DeLeon, or is it DeLeon?
Typhon DeLeon.
Okay, I had it.
It's French?
It's not... It's technically Leon, but slightly with a bit more of a stank on it, because it's Leon's lessons...
in narratology.
Yes.
Wow!
I hate it too, don't worry.
You came up with it.
Yeah, this is a wooden area. It's kind of south of Kyoden Yusulmad. Oh, I guess east then. It's south of Kyoden Yusulmad on the other side of the mountains.
It's west of Castle Yunman. Where's the home?
Kyoden Yusulmad, the inverted tower city.
Right.
Yeah, so what do you you'd see these two guards just standing there. They look very much like guards. Oh yeah, boy. They have breastplates and they have little pikes and they look like guards. Yes, for certain.
And quick thing is the things that we know about Typhon DeLeon is that Atom thinks that he's trying to attain godhood and just doesn't know how it's being done, but
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
cool. And we don't know like if he's a lord or what what powers he's trying to accrue or
What he
Really
looks
don't
like.
care.
around him.
You don't know anything. That's why you're here.
Is
Lovely.
Adam with us? Atom?
Yeah, he's right next to you.
Hey, Adam, go break the door down.
I
I'm
think
a peaceful person. I will not be doing that.
I
Yes.
think we should at least try to be nice before this attempted god smites us.
Yes.
Hmm.
He's not a god yet, and that's very important. He stays that way.
I.e. Cotton.
All right. Is anybody else going to do the talking, or am I going to have to swallow my fear?
We can't hear you, Liam.
Again.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The entire world exploded.
Oh, unfortunate.
Can Liam hear us? That's the real question.
No.
Hello?
No.
Yes, there he is.
Hello.
There we go.
I
Hello.
can hear you.
Yay.
What keeps happening?
I don't fucking know. If I knew, I would have fixed it by now.
That's true. New
I'm
mic
just gonna
time.
keep myself muted. That usually helps.
Okay.
Okay. Who's gonna walk up and talk to our boys?
Well, you're the scariest of us all. After you, Zerlock.
Oh, fine. Okay. I'm gonna go up to these guards.
Okay. Before you even say anything, one of them says, "Hail! One of us tells truths." Matt, in front of the guests, the other one says. "And one of us tells lies about having tickets to Typhon's next concert." The other one sighs. "I have to take Mary. Bros before hoes, Mark. We
That's
are
true. I have heard that.
36. She's my wife." And then they just start bickering.
Hoes are never worth it. It's always bros.
He turns, Mark turns, sorry, go on.
I don't agree with this statement.
Matt, hold on. They both, I gotta answer this individually. So Liam, who agrees with Matt, Matt looks at you and says, "Thank you." And Mark, the one who is married, turns to Zerlock and says, "Thank you for understanding."
I don't actually agree with either of you. I prefer a more balanced approach, a homeostasis, if you will.
Homie bro stages, you mean?
No, I like it. I like the homie. Leave him alone.
It's like homeostasis, but homie-ho-stasis.
It's very good. You just, Adam,
Maybe we should ask about going through the gate.
Yes, we have an appointment with Typhon DeLeon.
at the word appointment, they look at each other and they look back at you and they look at each other and they go, the boss doesn't really take appointments. Are you lying to us right now? Roll deception.
We would never be lying to you. Look at this face. Does this face
Also
look
roll
like it's
deception.
lying to you? Never.
I
I've
got a
never lied in
14.
my life.
A what?
A 14.
You do not pass. You do not make up appointments. And they go, we'll just let you in. Like, you just got to drop your weapons off in the box. And they pointed at a wooden box. Mark looks at Matt and says, "Do you think we should they did just lie to us about having an appointment. Do you think they're trying to do something bad to the boss?" And Matt looks over and goes, "They could try, but I'm pretty sure Typhon's fine. He's like almost a god." But
That's true.
weapons in the box, and he points back to the box. That includes spell books, We forgot about that last time, and we almost lost big time. And then Matt responds, but the boss is very forgiving, so very forgiving. Adam kind of like looks up and looks around, then like slowly looks at all of you, but then doesn't say anything.
Oi, but don't worry, guys. My hands are registered lethal weapons. Even if I can't put my hands in the box, so they won't be able to stop us entirely. Oh, sure. Here's my staff. And I wink at them.
Zerlock specifically looks at God damn.
Finster.
Finster, thank you, Jesus.
Names are nebulous.
Names are weird.
Stop with the neck.
Turns to Finster with a weird show of control. Her eyes flash blood red, and then they go back to normal, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm with you." And then she hands over her battle axe.
Hey, we can hear y'all. Like, you know that. Like, neither of you are whispering.
I didn't say anything.
We were absolutely. First of all, she didn't say anything, and I was whispering.
Okay. Sorry. Finster's whispering voice is the same as his declaration voice, which is the same as his talking voice.
You can't whisper on stream. I'm not gonna go.
This is not an ASMR
wow,
stream.
we just got
excuse you.
400 more followers from that, Liam. I can't believe it. And now several demons. We should stop that.
Matt?
Yeah?
Do you mean my arcane focus and not my spellbook? Because the spellbook, technically, you don't cast spells through, but the arcane focus you do.
It is both.
Oh.
They had forgotten the spell book the other time.
Oh, okay.
And Atom just kind of puts he's got a big leather book that's got like gold trim, like metal brackets on it. And he sets it in there. It's got a picture of a cat on it that he's hand drawn. It's cute. It is actually the exact picture of, if you download the podcast, it is that picture that he has drawn on the cover.
Where can you find such a podcast?
The link is
anywhere you like podcasts. Apple Music or iTunes, Spotify, definitely on Podbean. I don't think we're on Stitcher yet because they haven't emailed me back. But yeah, like 9 different places.
It's also, the link is on the Twitch channel in the About section.
Hell yeah. Now we're done plugging.
Yeah.
So the guards step aside and they just kind of like they pull open the wooden door and you see this like it's a happy little like group of people. Some of them are dancing, some of them are tending these fields. It's a very, very, for y'all who have been to major cities, Zerlock, for you especially, this is like stepping back in time 100 years. It is so old-timey. But yeah, that's kind of all you see without any kind of roles or anything, or looking for anything specific. A very nice young man with blonde hair, about 20, 30, about early 20s, late teens, comes up to you and says, "Hello, welcome to the Mount. Would you like a full tour, or would you like to go straight and meet our savior, our Lord and Savior, Typhon DeLeon?" Followed by a number of disciples.
Well, I don't speak for the group, but I'm more interested in a tour. Just, see around the place, see what opportunities you have here.
See your nice town around.
I caught him what he said.
It's not a town. Like, you can see the other side of the fence from where you are.
What did he call it?
The Mound.
The Mound.
Yeah.
That's a terrible name. The Mound?
Well,
It was named after a sermon our friend gave, our great Typhon.
Was it vaguely sexual?
He blinks and goes, "No, ma'am, it was the sermon on the Mound."
Ugh.
See, Liam got it. Bad biblical references. That one was really poor.
Would there be enough food to feed, say, 5,000 people around here, or just maybe 4,000?
Well, we have a basket of of fish and bread that maybe we could pass around. Continual bad biblical references.
As long as you don't pass over us, then I'm very hungry and I would hate that. We can all make references, Matt. Some of them are worse than yours.
I can't.
Don't challenge me there, mate.
Oh my god. I'm not doing it. I'm not.
I bought it on eBay.
I bought it on eBay. Well, there was one time where a devilish person was so hungry they did eat some stones, but it seemed to have turned into bread.
It was filled with mustard, that's why.
I don't know that one, Liam.
Oh, that was Kronos eating the stone with mustard seeds to barf up his gods. Gotta keep up there, bro.
See, I thought you were
Different
making a
biblical
stone
references.
soup reference, and this has gotten real in the weeds.
Yes. Oh,
Don't
no,
make
no,
me
no, no,
break out
no.
the Egyptian references.
Damn it. Liam beat me by like 5 seconds. Okay, anyway, while this strange thing is happening and the things are just firing off, you hear Atom say,
I would rather us just meet with Mr. DeLeon.
We can half of us meet with him, and then the other half go on the tour.
I suppose.
The guy kind of shakes his head and says, well, no, I'm the only tour guide, and that would really suck.
What, you can't split yourself in half? No.
Good. She got it. Excellent. No, my lord loves me and wouldn't do that to me.
Well, as long as he's not splitting people in half, he sounds like a half-decent person, then. Also, Matt, your camera keeps freezing on my screen, so I hope that's not coming through. It could just
have
be
no
my
idea.
bad connection.
I'm not paying any attention.
That's probably for the best. Well, as Adam is technically our leader in this regard, I guess we'll go follow him.
So yes, taking us to Typhon would be most agreeable.
He
And,
nods and says,
on the
all right.
way-
Yep. Yes, little one?
On the way, could you tell us a little bit more about him, like his background, maybe some great deeds that he's done recently?
Oh, there are many great deeds. I
Some
think
fun
he
facts
likes...
and trivia, maybe?
I do have facts as well. Like, what kind of great deeds would you like to request? I'm sure everyone here, if you're coming to the Mound, you definitely know of Typhon DeLeon and the great musician.
I'm starting to get a good idea.
Yeah.
Is there music playing in the hall right now?
They're kind of playing it around. It's not a hall. You're like out in La Public.
It's like yeah, okay.
There's a general kind of happy melodic tune that a lot of people are singing and seem very happy. A wizard roll an Arcana check.
It's a bad Arcana check with
Oh,
10.
great.
And you're like, yeah, this is music. It's great. Nothing unusual here.
Can I
Okay.
roll a religion check to see if it's got some, because lyrical music tends to have.
This is not
Oh,
not
it's-
religious in any way, shape, or form, my friend.
Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
this is just kind of nice music.
Yes, the temple on the mound is not religious at all.
No, absolutely not. So, as this young man whose name is Luke, you've discovered, leads you through this area. It's like I said, it's not big. You'd say there's about 13 men and 13 women following along around there. And, some of them are tending the field, like I said. Some of them are kind of eating by the side. Everyone is wearing the same clothing. They're all wearing these kind of robes that are white with a golden trim. And as you approach the kind of biggest tent in the back, you see a beautiful woman step out. Zerlock roll me a perception, history. We're using history for memory this game.
Works for me.
Oh, I got a 6.
Nope, absolutely no idea who this woman is.
Awesome.
And she kind of nods at Luke and says, "Oh, so we have some new recruits." And Luke kind of shrugs. He says, "They're just here to meet him for now. But of course, with his great majesty, everyone will want to meet Typhon and follow him." And the woman nods and says, "Well, my husband is in the back, so please make yourselves at home."
Oh, you're his wife then, are you?
She nods. She says, "Yes, I'm
Oh.
Delta Dawn."
God damn it.
Delta Dawn, you say? That's quite a name you got there.
Thank you.
Is it God?
My
Do
dad
I
gave it to
do
me.
I recognize it now?
Yep. This is the supposedly once great missing daughter of the Emperor, Delta Dawn.
Ah, so she joined a cult. It's a common tale.
She's not missing anymore. She was missing. No, she wasn't missing. I'm sorry. Zerlock. Let me rephrase that. She was the... I don't know how much you know about royal family affairs, man. I don't know how much you know about royal family affairs. Zerlock, I'll let you have history with advantage. How much do you want to know about royal family affairs, Liam? Do you think you would know? Annie, you were raised in a monastery.
As Finster is far more concerned with the average person that he can convert rather than the large important people he doesn't care about.
16.
That's what 16. So you remember, Zerlock, that Delta Dawn is supposedly or was supposedly deaf.
Deaf?
Deaf. She could not hear or speak. I mean, she could speak, but you know how it's difficult for deaf people to speak.
Interesting.
She does not seem to be deaf.
Yeah. So Zerlock kind of doesn't know what to do. Is just kind of staring at her. Very confused.
You're going to just blatantly stare at her and
No.
not in any way attempt to conceal who you are.
No,
Interesting.
well, wait, here's the thing.
6 foot. It's hard to
I'm sick.
see.
One, I can't conceal myself in any way. I have a spell that I don't have access to yet. But that's it. So I couldn't.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so she's just kind of looking at her, but then looks down at the ground and is very confused.
That's fair enough.
And
No one else has.
panicking.
Adam has no idea what is going on with this.
On our way over, could I ask Luke about the apotheosis story?
You are right next to the like literally Delta opened the door for you to go in. There's no unless you walk in, unless you decide to ask Luke right now with Delta standing there. There's no way to ask that question before you enter the room.
I guess, unless Zerlock wants to say anything to Delta, I have a question for Delta.
I don't think Zerlock says anything. Do
Cool.
you, Avalon? You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna, because she's kind of going she's just have many thoughts, but I don't know that any of them are helpful at the current moment.
Fair enough.
Well, that's a beautiful name there you got. We can't wait to meet your husband. Yes, Luke, do you want to? Let's get this going.
Luke nods and enters into the hut.
And how did you meet such a wonderful man?
She smiles and says, he told my father he could heal me. And he did.
Oh. Well, good for you. Were you sick?
Miraculous healing.
Oh, dear God. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got better. Was it typhoid, whatever disease that was? What?
She shakes her head. She says, I was deaf.
Oh.
I
Wow.
don't The deafness is not a disease.
She blinks and says,
It was
I couldn't hear. Disability, perhaps. It was not fun. I'm sorry, are you part of the deaf community? Do you want to speak for me? And she gets very defensive.
And Zerlock, for once in her life, just kind of stares at her. There's no recognition there, is there?
Absolutely none.
Uh-huh.
So, just out of just as a general in-world question, how miraculous is death curing in a world of magic and divinity and stuff like that? How common would this be?
You do not know how bad this specific one was, or what had caused it, so you do not know. Just like there is different forms of deafness in our world, there's different forms of deafness in other worlds. Particularly this one, you have no idea how bad Delta's was.
Sure.
But you're assuming Daughter of Emperor had deafness. Emperor has access to everything in the world.
Sure.
So probably saying this was pretty miraculous if the Emperor and all his people couldn't solve it.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, that's incredible. Well, he sounds like an incredible man.
She nods and says, yes, and I must attend to other things. And he must attend to you. And she gestures to the door and then bows politely and begins to leave.
So, Luke, how did...
Oh, he's already in the hut. He's waiting on y'all.
Cool. I guess we'll walk
After
in.
you, Carlton.
You walk in, and there is a man in his mid-30s standing next to Luke. He's got long hair. He seems to have slight wounds on his hands. In mid-30s with wounds on hands. A twofer! And Adam jumps a little bit. He's not used to the voices as you are. And he smiles and says, well, hello, everybody. My name is Typhon DeLeon, and I hear you've come to meet me.
Yes, we heard you could do some miraculous things and have great ambitions.
He waves his hand. He says, I don't think what I do is miraculous or interesting. I'm just a man who sings and tells songs. Why? I went to the Feywild to cure Delta, as I'm sure you're referencing, but I don't remember much about it. The Feywild makes your memory go strange. I doubt I did any real work. Delta is the strong one. You see, I'm just a humble man. Extremely humble.
Well, hello there. How are you doing?
Um,
Does anyone have a? Cauldron.
Atom speaks up and says,
I've heard through a series of rather reputable sources that you do intend to become a god. And
every Luke and Typhon just kind of nod like this isn't news. And Typhon says, well, there are several problems in this world, and, well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a great sacrifice to watch over a flock of ever-growing people for all eternity, but, well, I'm Sam Hell gonna do it. Subject to great sacrifice. People say I should be a god because on my honeymoon I went to the Feywild and healed Delta against all those terrible Fey temptations, but like I said, I didn't really do much with that. Braved temptations. And people say I should do it because I once won a battle of song against the legendary Devil Downton, Georgia, but that was long ago. Fought a devil! And even the silly reason that I'm some descendant of Vivian Madeleine, but you see, the reality of the situation is that I will be a god because people want me to be, not for any silly other reason.
Can I pause you?
1 second, because there is one thing you hear after all of that. You hear Leon say, And I want to talk about, irony really fast. Christ-like characters are often used to make you think someone is good, when in reality they're quite evil. For a great example, Flannery O'Connor's "The life you save may be your own." This is also true in our case here, because you see, everything Typhon DeLeon had just said was a lie. And Adam kind of blinks and looks at all of you and says, he says,
That's very interesting, Mr. DeLeon.
and Typhon comes back and says, please just call me Typhon.
Can I do an insight check on everything you just said?
I mean-
Given that I now know it's a lie?
No, you know it's a lie.
I want to see if he seems like he's lying, though.
Oh, you want to see if the leader of the cult who's trying to become a god and has got all these people to like him is lying? Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Well, some people are better at lying than the other. I want to gauge his ability at lying.
Yeah, let me roll his deception.
Okay, he can roll whatever he wants. I got a nat 20. 24.
Oh, wow. He beats you. He doesn't beat a nat 20, but his deception was a 32. Eloquence bards. So he kind of with the nat 20, you do not see that he is lying, because he is super duper good at lying and you didn't beat the score. But with the nat 20, you, because it's insight, can interpret based upon what he said and what Leon said and the way he phrased it, that he, and what Leon said, and you know that Leon's right, because Leon's been right about a bunch of shit before, and is like some kind of weird talking person and like a fundamental force of the universe, that this guy is lying, but he's so goddamn good at it that there's no way you could have told without Leon.
Interesting. Because I have a lot of experience with cults, having been part of one.
This is a cult, 100%. Oh, yeah.
And I would recognize that as, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a cult. Oh, yeah.
This is like home. Oh, this is great.
Except instead of black, it's all white.
I much prefer the black, actually. To be fair, they got a few
more
things
slimming.
right. They got a few things right.
Can we back up? What is the devil in Downton, Georgia?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm sorry. I must have misspoke. No. The devil Downton, Georgia. A famous devil and a musician. He one time he beat me, he challenged me to a fiddle contest, and I beat him. Actually, and he turns around and lifts up a golden fiddle and says, actually, I won this from it. Can't play a note, though.
I'd be careful. I've heard he can come back when you least expect it.
He nods and says, well, we've warded the area pretty well, but I'll make sure to keep an eye out for him.
And,
He smiles down at you. It's a very charming smile.
For someone so, great and legendary as yourself, you must certainly have a way of, doing an apotheosis, then.
I need you to define apotheosis for me.
Cool. Apotheosis is the method of going from a mortal to an immortal. So,
yes.
mortal to a god.
Okay, I have it labeled in my notes as transcendence.
Oh, okay.
Transcending mortal coil. But yes, you're probably more accurate. And Typhon says, well, I'm preferring to call it the Transcendence Concert. In about a year's time, I'm going to use my fame to get as many people together as I think I could stomach. And, well, they say you can make a god by prayer, by power, and by belief. And, well, I got some people, and he grabs Luke's shoulder and shakes him, and Luke smiles, who really believe in me. And I think that the concert, which currently has how many tickets sold, Luke? 400,000, sir. I think we're going to have a good old time with it.
Can I insight slash? I mean, is that would it be a history check to basically see if Zerlock had ever heard of this guy beforehand? before this moment?
Yeah, go for it.
Is that insight?
And you
or
can all roll that
history?
actually if you wish.
Sure, yeah, because surely if he's got
If he's-
400,000 people tickets sold,
Yeah.
one would think, wow, okay, Zerlock.
I got a 16. That was
Oh, Cauldron?
Cauldron.
Okay. Well, I got a 20.
20. Cauldron and
Yeah.
Finster, you have definitely heard of this guy. He is the man that, like, married the daughter of the Emperor. Which is, you know, like, y'all don't really care about the Emperor, but when the Emperor's daughter gets married, like, everyone knows, you know what I mean? Especially when there's one. And so, like, he's the man that married the Emperor's daughter. He's a famous musician who's toured all over the realm. He's a pretty big fucking deal. He kind of went into obscurity recently. So, like, you know how it is. They get the big hits, and then you don't really hear from them, and then they drop the next album, and the whole fucking world goes wild. And that's pretty much what he's telling you, is that he's planning a comeback tour after, like, being on sabbatical for about 5 to 10 years.
He's
And so far, the sabbatical, as you can tell, working out pretty good.
Okay there.
What exactly can you cure? Can you cure everything?
He shrugs. He says, like I said, I was in the Feywild. I don't really remember much of it. It gets hazy out there. There was lights, there was sounds, there was beautiful trees. It's a wild time. I'm amazed I made it back, all thanks to beautiful Delta. Healing's not really my specialty. I really just sing, but I loved my wife, and I loved her even before she could hear, and, the Emperor would only let a man who could cure her marry her, so I figured out some ways and headed to the Feywild.
Yes, that sounds like him.
Could I insight check that? Oh, that sounds like him. Because that's a very awkward thing to say if you don't know the person.
Right, yeah, it's a weird thing to say about the Emperor. Yeah. Roll it, Cauldron.
Okay.
Finster, you as well.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Nothing is unusual about that at all with that 6. 17. Finster. That sounds like something someone would say about their family. And you're muted again.
Oh, that time was actually muted.
Okay.
Interesting. I'll keep this piece of information to myself, though.
Yeah. Adam actually says,
Well, that was all very interesting, Mr. DeLeon. I have to go get an oil change. But I would love to be able to come back and research, talk to other people at a different date.
and Typhon looks at him strangely. And
He doesn't talk to humans very often.
rolls very well, surprising no one, and says, how about this? Next time you decide you want to come, send us a letter first. We just want to make sure everybody's nice and taken care of. I didn't actually get any of your names now that I'm thinking about it. Can we do some introductions?
I don't have a name. It was lost. It's a secret. I'm a member of the secret cult. We can't give out that kind of information.
Ah, the Order of the Sewn Mouth. Yes,
Right.
yes.
I haven't sealed my mouth yet, but can't just be giving away everything very quickly.
He kind of nods. I understand. Who's the leader of that? Beatrice at the moment, right?
That sounds like her. Yeah, that's
Right.
yes, very important woman, Beatrice. Great woman.
Yeah.
Love
You
her.
look pretty old for a halfling to not have his mouth sewn shut. I know it's a kind of random event, but
Right.
know,
Well, my
I
brother
hear-
isn't either, so it's
your
just-
brother.
Well, everyone's got a brother.
Right.
have a
But
brother?
there's not many of these cultists that get married very often. There's not many of them that have more than 1 or 2 kids, especially in that one. It's real violent. Now, let me see here. You wouldn't happen to be Finster Light Dancer, would you?
That doesn't sound like me, no. I heard he got excommunicated, though. We don't like him.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. That's that's kind of why I hear of him, when you tour around that place and people talk in whispers and songs and, well,
yeah, we're actually not
you
supposed
sing
to
a
say
few
his
songs.
name. So
Roll
even
that deception for me.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not good at deception.
Yeah, he's
Please,
real
God,
good at
give me-
insight,
Yeah,
though.
it's a 6. It's a
I
7.
do.
So by base, because he's an eloquence bard, it has to be 11, because that's how eloquence works.
That's fair.
So he just kind of nods, says, "All right, I understand. No problem." And he turns to Zerlock and says, "Now I've seen you somewhere before. I just know it."
I can guarantee you haven't.
Oh, all right then. What's your name, little lady?
I'm gonna lie and say it's Melrose.
Roll deception.
Yep. 17.
That might actually. Hold on. I didn't
Come
have a
on,
chance to pull it
Zerlock,
up with
win.
Liam because he got not that. Here we go.
True.
27.
That'll do it.
So he says, "Y'all are a bunch of real secretive people. It seems strange. I opened up my house to you. I spoke truth to you. It seems only right you would speak truth to me, but we all can't be honest or good people in this world. How else would we know who the bad ones are?"
Can I do
Some of
like
us
a,
are trying to remake our lives after fun family troubles.
Right. And you're a damn pair, ain't you?
One and the same.
He kind of blinks. All right. Well, we'll just keep names to ourselves, I suppose. And who are you, sir? He looks down at Cauldron. Little mini meadow.
could I just quickly do an Arcana check when he sort of sussed out Finster's name?
Yeah,
Because he's from the Feywild, or he's at least been there.
No,
and-
he's not from the Feywild though.
We don't even know if he's been there. That could have been a lie, too.
Yeah, that's true. You have no idea.
21.
21. It was not exactly magical, but damn, that's a real smart dude
Oof.
who does in fact remember a lot of things.
Knowing that our party members are very uncomfortable, Cauldron's going to say, "Oh, well, I am Stockpot Golden Meadow at your service," and does a gnomish bow.
You gonna roll the deception? We're gonna do this again?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
We
But,
gotta
If we
commit
all
to the
lie,
bit.
if we lie, we all lie together. God damn it!
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what friendship is.
What was it?
And it's real bad, 5.
Oof.
It's an automatic fail.
All right. So, we're all apparently not having a good time talking to good old Typhon, which just seems a little rude. But, we can't all be open and honest people. So, when you choose to be honest, please feel free to come back. But do not darken my door with lies if you can afford it. Thank you.
Same to you, sir. Have a good day.
And he nods and looks at Luke. Luke is kind of sadly nods and walks out the door, leading you guys out through the compound again, not offering to walk you around.
Yeah, so looking around this compound while we're just leaving, is there anything of interest if I roll a perception check?
Sure. I mean, I don't
I'm
know if there is
mostly
anything
looking.
interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's a 19, but I'm looking for, like, I don't know, doors out of place, weird bookshelves that are hiding secret things. Whether or not the people look unhappy.
No,
or
all the people look
supernaturally
very,
very,
very
happy.
Once again, it's not an enclosed space. You are outside with
Like
a
in a
fence.
courtyard?
No, it's not a courtyard. It's the whole place is a bunch of huts. It's like
Okay.
a commune. It's not like
Okay.
yeah.
It's a hippie
Commune or
commune.
compound. It's not like a building.
This is a cult, not a castle.
Yes, it is a cult, not a castle. That is very important. And with a 19, you don't notice any hidden things. You do notice that the song is the same. And if you listen to it for a very long time, you feel a little happier for reasons you can't really explain.
Would I recognize the words, or is
There's no words. It's just a happy little melody.
All right, fair enough.
Oh no, this tune is a banger. I'm guessing that Typhon made this.
It is one of Typhon's songs. You can kind of parse that out, but it sounds a little different than as usual.
I like it's got a good tune to it, but I don't know, something about it throws me off, just in my soul.
Yeah. You guys get to the exit, and Luke kind of gestures to the box, and as you go to get your gear, he whispers something to Matt and Mark, who both kind of look at him with a confused look, and he nods, and they kind of deflate noticeably, and then walk back inside with him to shut the door.
Whoa.
We
Can I
caused quite the
inspect my?
stir.
What? Who's doing what?
Cauldron, go ahead.
Can I? Oh, sorry. Can I inspect my spellbook to make sure no one's looked through it or tampered with it?
It is in the exact position that it was when you shut the box. They did not even think to look in the box.
Most
Probably
excellent.
arguing over the concert tickets, you would assume.
Yeah.
And this is a good place for us to stop before we head on back to good old Dank. And you guys get some rewards for your adventures. As well as what is the next step in your lessons. Okay. 5, 10.
Yeah, 10's good.
All
We'll
right.
be back. Yay!
It's always a shame that you die during the commercial breaks. I really don't know how you do it.
We have to
It's-
stop murdering people off screen.
Yeah, what
I
the hell?
know, especially yourselves.
We're running through diamonds like no other.
Yeah, that's a wild. I'm glad you found that diamond mine though in the last in between moments, because otherwise, God,
He
we'd all
became a
be.
tycoon.
Yeah, but keep that on the down low. So yeah, you arrive in your good old favorite town of Dank. It's only been a few days. The trip was pretty easy to do, considering that Atom had an airship ticket he was able to let you use, so you were able to go around the mountains instead of through them. And so yeah, you've arrived back into your favorite city. You have all this time and stuff to do. What would you like to do in this in-between moment where you all get ready for your next ideas and your meeting with Adam to decide what you should do?
Zerlok is probably wanting to research how barbarians can get magic.
Fair enough. Cauldron, what's your strat?
I'm gonna hit the books and research things that would be useful for our journey, especially apotheosis. Look through some sort of library, like how do you gain power past a certain limit? The faith. Unfortunately, we just left Saint Savatus, and
Yeah, they would probably be the people that would have that, huh?
yeah.
So and Finster, what's your strategy, bro?
Finster's gonna take a bit of an abstract. He is going to kind of pull his many contacts that he gets his secrets from to try and find out anything he can about anything not publicly available about Tyro or his
Typhon?
followers. Typhon. Words are hard. T. I'm just gonna
You're
call
really
him.
bad at names.
No, there's another guy named T. You can't.
I'm gonna call him Fake Jesus. So anything I can
There's
about Fake
also one
Jesus.
of those. Jesus
Jesus
Christ, Lord of
2.0.
Hell.
Anyway, anything I can from my contacts that may not be publicly available or not in keeping with his perfect, pristine image.
Okay. Let's start with the communal, and then we will break up. So you arrive back into the Guild of the Seven Stars, Shining Stars. There are not seven. That is a different thing. And it is bustling in here now. It is very much. This is the high time. This is the day. You can see many of your fellow guild members around. You see the kobold on the top tier, kind of looking down. He's getting a little drunk. There's also a very fancy man with a top hat, also up there, hanging out. Everybody looking around. And as you kind of enter in, LLiN, the bartender, sees all of you and says, "Hey, come on over here."
Has she ever spoken to us before?
Yeah, she spoke to you to give you the mission.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I was mostly making sure that, she wasn't gonna haze us.
Hey, you have to go get some headlight fluid from the next town over.
What's a headlight?
Yeah, pretty much. You get over there and she goes, "So, I hear you did pretty good." I don't remember what the fuck your voice was, so this is it now.
Okay.
Where did we get rated? What's our rating?
Well, let me see.
five-star
You did manage not to die, and that's a twofer. And usually not dying on a second time is pretty hard. She pulls out a sheet, and she goes, "And by the way, the cleric, rave reviews. He loved you guys."
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah,
expecting
considering
that.
the last group we sent to him all died, like, I'll do him pretty great.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
Well,
10
well-
years ago, man, that trip must have been much worse. Ugh.
What?
So what you're saying is you attempted to send us to our death?
We are
No.
adventurers.
We were just hoping that people would, suck less. And you did, so hell yeah.
Do we get
Drinks up in the
upgraded
house
to-
for one completed mission. What's everybody wanting?
Water.
Whatever's strongest.
Yeah, water with lime,
Yeah.
Finster.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
You know.
She slides you that one. It's got just enough ice. Cauldron.
Wizard's brew, which I assume is some sort of stimulant, because wizards like having their brain work instead of dampen.
It's a vodka Red Bull with extra Red Bull.
Jesus Christ.
Probably not like the vodka, because the vodka brings down your
Hey
mental
man,
acuity.
I got news for you. This is a bar.
Oh well.
And she stacks it and she slides it to you. And she goes, "All right, Miss Zerlock, what can I get for you?" And she looks at you with those pink cheeks and those blue eyes. And she tints her hands and puts her head on it. And she's just so cute. Oh my God. Dealer's choice again.
No, actually, can I get a bloody sunrise, which I'm going to assume is literal blood, and then alcohol, and that's it.
Not at this one, dog. Not at this bar. There's not a lot of dampiers in this town, sweetie.
Oh, God.
Can you give her like the wink and the nudge and then like get the blood added?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to, well, she says, "Bloody sunrises are hard to come by around here. I do happen to have some fake blood, if you'll take that."
Close enough.
And
I
she
think that
smiles.
causes cancer though. Careful.
She smiles and says, "All right, one diet bloody sunrise coming up." And she kind of whips it together real fast, slides it, turns it, and pushes it over to you. It's in a martini glass. It should have just fallen over. It doesn't. Slides perfectly right in front of you. And she goes, "All right, and congratulations are in order." And as is customary, she picks up 3 little bags. And she says, "The boss has assigned you these bad boys. And she sets each one down in front of you. It has got a number on it. I need you to roll me a d10 to determine what that number is.
Thank God it's not the magic mushrooms they gave us last time.
Yeah, in my defense, the bags were not labeled properly. 3 from Cauldron.
You just said what, a D20?
D10, just a D10.
Okay.
3 from Cauldron, 8 from Zerlock. I think 8's the really good one.
Hang on. It's a D100. Roll to everyone. You were correct.
What did you get?
I got a 4.
A 4. Okay.
Did you not see that?
Cauldron with your 3. Oh my god. You reach into the bag and pull out this long cloak that smells of brimstone. It has a tag on it that reads the Cape of Mountain Bank, which allows you to cast Dimension Door once a day.
Wow, that's pretty
shit.
good.
Yeah.
It's a spell higher than I currently have.
Yeah. It's very good. It is probably the second best thing you could have rolled, which isn't
And-
great for the rest of it, but
But it's slightly balanced because I cannot take Zerlock through it because I am too short.
you cannot take anyone but yourself. Actually, it only casts on you.
Oh, so it's more of a
It's the length of Dimension Door.
oh, okay. But
Because
like
Dimension Door is like 3 times Misty Step or something.
it's huge, yeah.
It's huge, yeah. But it's the person wearing the cape. You shroud yourself in it and you pop.
Cool. That's really good.
Yeah, it's very good for the guy who run. Girlwyn actually says, "Oh yeah, the boss did mention giving you something like that because you're his exact words were "fraidy cat," but feel like it's
Softly rude.
That's
tactical
a bit
treats.
extreme.
I like not dying, so I'm okay with this.
You know what? The man's got a point. And Zerlock, you got an 8. Okay. You reach into the bag and you pull out a sword. It's much longer than the bag itself. You pull out a blade that's got a little shining green stone kind of lighting in it, and it's pulsing in a weird way. And she goes, "Oh shoot, that's the luck blade. People have been looking at that for a while. Wow. They say once a day, fate looks in your favor." And everyone knows that Zin is quite hard to get on your side.
That's true. I've heard
So,
that.
the luck blade gives you +1 to attack rolls. And you have 1 charge of luck a day. That runs just the same as Finster's Lucky. Just happens. You re-roll 1 ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You must use the second roll.
Is this written down somewhere so I can stop writing it down?
Is it on D&D Beyond? I wonder. I think this... Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Cool.
Loading it in. Would like it to load. Man, I would like the website to work that I paid money for it to work. I have lowered some of the stats on this bad boy, but it is
I just need it for
Right.
like the outline of like what it does.
here. Yeah, that's it.
Cool
You
beans.
do not have that second part.
Okay.
The part, the wish part, you don't have that.
Don't want wish.
Oh.
That's too much power.
Yeah,
Dang.
but you do have the luck.
Cool.
And it can be, I think it can be a great sword because you are a big girl,
Yeah.
or a long sword. I can't remember. You pick one
pick
that you
a
have
sword.
proficiency in.
Okay.
And you only have the green stone kind of located in the middle there, not the diamonds that have wish in them.
Got it.
And finally,
I didn't do well. I just got a 4.
A 4. Okay.
No, far. It's like a 4, but Irish.
I don't know, friend. That's pretty good. You pull out these little these slippers that have wings on the end, and she goes, "Oh, the slippers of haste. Yeah, you're always first in the fight with those. So you have advantage on initiative rolls while wearing these slippers and attuned to them."
Plus, I look like a little bit of a Hermes. Oh, it's great.
She raises an eyebrow. What?
It's a mythological creature in a small region I visited once called Grek.
She shrugs. All right, then. And, of course, here is the big thing. And she pulls out a ring of 3 keys. And she goes, the keys to your new room on the 2nd floor.
No more shit thrown at our door at 2 in the morning. Great.
No, not right now.
Thank
Welcome
God.
to the guild, A-tier adventurers.
Wow.
Wow.
We didn't earn this. We
We just
barely
walked
earned
across the map.
We just killed some stupid fox.
Well, considering the last people also big died, I think you did it.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
yay.
What you're saying is, as long as we don't die, we can live in luxury.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the goal, right? Adventuring. It's just not dying and being the last one standing. Anyway, I got some people who need my attention. She gestures over to some orcs who are kind of confusedly looking up at the kobold, who is just like looking down at them and laughing, and they don't understand why he's on the 3rd floor. And she goes, "So I'm gonna make that go away, and you guys head on up to your room and have a good evening." And she sachets.
What was her name again?
Girlwyn.
Girlwyn. Thank you, Girlwyn.
She
Thank you,
nods and
lass.
she turns to you and winks.
Oh.
And
Nice.
Zerlok turns bright red.
Now we play the game. Is she nice or is she into you?
We
Yep.
played the game. Is she gay or is she into you?
Yeah.
Spencer, being the best wingman of all wingmen, just goes, "You got this, lass. She's totally down."
I don't think I have the capacity to flirt.
Trust me, when it comes to down, she's a clown. She's down to clown. I've got the best phrases. We've got the best china. It's great. You never know what you're gonna get.
Do you also? Does she? She doesn't show up in a very small horse carriage that just has too many people in it.
No, you're thinking of different clowns.
What in
She
God's name?
shows
is
up
that?
with the red shoes and the red nose. She goes, "Huh." That's her idea of foreplay, is just going, "Huh."
You're not making this
Oh, I
enticing.
was look, that's
And
just what
2
I've
hours
heard.
after this conversation is over, we just pan away as Cauldron bangs his head against the bar stool.
And
you guys
that's how I learned to love.
You got punked off?
We're not.
Plus?
And so you make it to your new abode, this beautiful room that is almost double the size of your old room. Meaning, yes, Cauldron and Finster, you two don't have bunk beds anymore. You get your
Woo!
own bed.
I'm gonna miss you, little buddy.
Yeah.
Ah.
You're gonna miss cuddling.
Well,
It's
no,
that's
we
not
had
what
bunk
bunk beds
beds. I
are.
didn't have to do that, but
I'm sorry.
his snoring kept me awake at night.
I
But
wanted
it was
to
a
make
nice
good.
reassurance.
It's still
I don't
But you
Sure.
weren't getting your dreams stolen.
it's still gonna keep you up at night. Because we're still in the same room together, are we not?
Yeah, but it's got more like walls, and so
time
it's
to
a
wake up.
triangular room that kind of branches out from the door, and there's like there's not doors in between, but there's walls that kind of separate the 3 parts into 3 almost equalish parts. The middle one is clearly the biggest. All of Zerlok's stuff has been moved into that one.
Nice.
Finster and Cauldron, I will let you just pick right or left.
Oh, I'll take the right.
Okay.
Flip a coin, really. I mean, look, Cauldron, do you care?
No, not at all. But the right-hand side is where most people, if they enter the room, would go to the right. So if we get assassinated, you're first. So I'm
Oh
happy with
dear.
that one.
That's true. I'm awaiting death. So I'll take it. I'll take one for the team.
So yeah, you guys have this much nicer, bigger room. Sam, I believe there are two things in your inventory that you would like to remove and probably put in this room.
Is it the token of the Fey Lady?
And
Gosh.
your very nice dream catcher.
Oh yes, yeah. No, I'm keeping that on me because we're going
Okay.
camping, and I need that for protection. So it just comes with me.
All right. Well, for the moment, let's say you hang it up in the room because you'll probably are sleeping here tonight. And in the morning, at home is going to come around and go through the strategery. At this moment, though, let's start talking about your individuals' stuffs. So for the rest of the night, we're gonna do the individual things. Finster, let's start with you. Let's roll that investigation.
Sure.
Sam, also roll me an investigation. Keep it somewhere. And man, Zerlock, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some work for you. We might have to come back to you next time.
Okay.
Shit. Not great. 3.
That's real bad.
Yeah.
You meet with Slim, your shady friend, over on the docks. And he is he's got a rough voice.
Wait.
But he's
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna luck point that. I'm gonna
okay.
luck point that.
Do it.
Yeah, because you haven't technically given me the outcome of
outcome.
that roll yet.
Nope.
Investigation. 17. Yeah, I'll take that. 17.
Yeah, I would say so. So now you're meeting with our good friend Slim down by the river. And Slim is holding some cards that he's shuffling, and he's in a back alley poker game with 2 gnomes who look mean as all hell. And Slim.
I'm just gonna lean down and whisper. You know they always cheat, right? They're notorious for it.
He nods and he says, I got some plans for them. And his face shifts because Slim is a changeling. And he says, so, and it's your face. He goes, so, I know you're cheating. And the gnomes look at each other, see the two of you that are together, and they go, hell no, absolutely fucking not. I have had way too goddamn much. And he stands up and collects his part of the pot. And the other one goes, yeah, I'm with you, brother. Fuck this guy. That's some fucked up shit. And he takes it, and they both leave. And Slim looks over at you and smiles and hits a button under his little table to reveal that there are little slots that some of the coins have gone into. So now whatever Slim had put in there, there's a little more that fell through these like almost imperceivably small slots. And he collects and says, "Rightio, buddy. Thanks you a lot."
I probably should tell them you're cheating too, but it seems to even the odds.
He nods and smiles. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if someone made a card game where people couldn't cheat.
It wouldn't be a card game then. Anyway, I've got a couple of questions for you, Slim. Looking for some secrets. You know the drill.
Usually, yeah. What you need? Something mysterious, mid-tier. You like to scream weird ones. I do happen to know who the maid's fucking.
Oh, she screams it out, the name, every night. It's not
That's
that
fair.
big of a secret.
That's fair. I happen to know a thing or two about that Gerwin girl that tends your bar.
Oh, well, we'll save that one for later, but...
Well, I got good news and bad news. It ain't good news for you, though.
That's fair. I look, that's all in the past now. Not important. Anyway, you ever heard about this musician fellow that's up in Sanctus Sanctorum these days?
No, he's about east.
Okay, east of Sanctum Sanctorum. Big cult. You probably heard of him. His name is T something. It's been a while.
Typhon DeLeon.
Yeah, that's it.
He looks at you and says, "Oh, well, I know a few things about Mr. DeLeon. Not many things I've been wanting to say though. A lot of people like Mr. DeLeon. A lot of people, big fans.
Aye, too many people, I'd say. You don't
I'd
get
say-
that popular without making a few enemies.
No, well, you'd say that, but the only enemies I ever heard of is that devil down in Georgia. That man hates his fucking guts. But the
Interesting.
devil hates you. Well,
Yes,
not a lot
fair.
of people disagree with him.
Well, what can you give me? I need some information. Or any one of his crew. You know, he hangs out with those 26 men and women.
Yeah, well, I don't got news in that regard, but I do have something pretty interesting. And he shifts his face to Typhon's face, and he says, Typhon DeLeon is one of my fellow compatriots. He is a changeling.
Oh! You don't say, a changeling. I didn't know that.
Not something he tells a lot of people. It's what people consider a closed secret. Not a lot of
The
people
worst
know it.
kind.
Not a lot of people know it, but enough people do. I'm not in his group. You know what I
Your
mean?
sanctum.
And he shifts back into the little gnome. That man's very quiet and all, and no one knows anything about him besides what's printed in the papers. And the changeling folks know about the changelingness, but that's all I got.
All right. You don't happen to know where he comes from then, do you?
Oh yeah, I do. He comes from Voldusk or around there. A lot of us changelings found ourselves around there. Some say changelings came from the spirits getting all angry because death's broken. Instead of finding a new body, they just got very... And he pulls his cheeks out too far and snaps them back shut. Elastic.
Interesting. Interesting.
They say he's a descendant of Vivian LLiN, the first magician.
Okay, I was about to say, do I know who Vivian Mullane is aside from the first magician? Can I make a history check, perchance?
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
Oh, dear God. Okay, there we go. 17.
Vivian LLiN was after the Great Forgetting, after the world was destroyed the first time, there was one young woman who, most of what was forgotten was magic. Most of it. All of it. The people knew what land, what farming, how to like food and all that stuff, but the actual use of magic was gone completely. Vivian LLiN was 8 when she rediscovered magic, and basically taught the whole world magic again by the wonder of a child. Yeah, she's a big fucking deal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, one last question, and this is not something you necessarily know, but someone would want to talk to that devil down, Georgia. How would one get in contact with him?
Oh, well, he don't go anywhere no more. He stays in the second circle, or he stays in the city of Dis, deep in hell.
Ah, well, tough to get there. Now, what about this barmaid?
Oh, Gerwin. Yeah, good news. Well, not good news for you. But you told me your girl Zerlock's a little sweet on her, huh?
I didn't say that, but you did.
I hear things, I see things. Well, good news. Gerwin likes Goyles.
See, I always suspected that, but you never
Was
go
that
to
from
assume.
the fact that she hated you?
Well, that's true. Most people hate me after a while, but you know, that's why we're such good friends. Because most people hate you after a while too.
Most people hate me after the second face.
Yeah, that's great. It's great. Never hated you. Never hated. Anyway, moving on. Thank you so much. Any other good secrets?
Nah, that's all I got for you today. But
All right.
come on back next time. I need to scare some people. I have 2 dwarves down for this card game tomorrow.
Oh, there, yes, indeed. And then I'll tell him my usual fee, which is the the person I've noticed that is the easiest to sucker out of money that he may have missed. And then I'll go back to the
He says,
tavern.
all right, I'll mark those orcs down that you saw at the bar the other day. And he marks them.
Indeed. Just remember, I get 10% of the fee.
Right,
10%.
yeah. Oh, here's your 10% from this time. And he hands you 2 copper pieces. How good are you at math?
I'm good enough to know that's not true.
But do you call him on it?
I nod. I look. I kind of scrutinize the gold coins or the copper pieces for a little bit, and I look back at him, and I look back at the coins, look back at him.
And he takes one of the copper pieces away and then raises an eyebrow like, eh?
And then I. Now come on, we're friends.
He takes the other copper piece away and then gives you a gold piece and says, fine.
That's what I thought. And then I put it in my pocket, realize that I've probably still been jibbed, and take my losses.
Yeah. Cauldron, let's zoom in on you for the moment. So you want to investigate just the idea of transcendence.
Yes. Also, anything in general about this guy and this cult. I mean, I guess we could look through the newspapers because he's for sure he's way too loud to ever go anyplace.
Yeah, exactly. And I am sure he's got a publicist somewhere.
Somewhere.
So yeah, let's say that actually the person you're helping is Atom. Atom is you and he are searching through the registry, the newspaper logs of Dank. You've been at it for a little bit of a while, and then Atom just goes,
There's nothing in here that we couldn't have figured out just by talking to him. Man keeps his story straight every single time, but we know he's got to be lying.
Well, he's very good at dazzling people. I'm sure even if he slipped up, it gets swept under the rug real quick. The only thing that we can really go off of is, well, the Devil Downs in Georgia and his stint in the Feywild, but nobody remembers the Feywild.
right, and he says,
Well, that's not entirely untrue. That's not entirely true. Paladin Boone, one of the Fey Lady's emissaries, comes from, or to and from the Feywild, the usual time of the calling, and manages to remember things. So if one were to get a blessing from the Fey Lady, supposedly what Typhon did for Delta, you could possibly come back with enough memory to say what he did and what the truth is.
Oh, actually, I've got, something Summers. It's, Samantha Summers. Amantha Summers, Summer Wings, did give me, this brooch. I don't know if it really counts as a boon from the Fey Lady.
he picks it up and he kind of looks at it and he says,
To me, it just seems like gold. No, what I mean is apparently if you get to the Feywild and do something that, once again, I'm not privy to that information, but do something for the Fey Lady, she'll grant you a powerful boon. One of which, according to the Paladin boon, is this memory ability.
Oh. Maybe we can talk to other people who've acquired this boon and see if we can at least get some information on how to acquire it before going in there and wasting our time.
he shakes his head and he says,
The only person I've ever heard of getting this boon is Paladin Boone himself. In order to get it, I think we're going to have to go in.
Wow, that's, peaky keen. All I've heard is it has trees, and it's very nice.
he nods. He says, that's all. Oh yeah, he says,
That's all I've heard as well. Now, the big problem is Vivian Madeleine.
and he puts down a newspaper article that says Emperor's Ball. And this is newer. He's like, every year the Emperor shows off Vivian Madeleine's corpse in some bizarre mummification slash, oh sorry, his voice is on.
Some bizarre mummification slash heritage ball. And, well, we're going to have to get into this one. I think if we can manage to get a piece or part of Vivian Madeleine, I might be able to prove that Typhon isn't related to her. But that'll be a different problem, and one for me to solve.
Well, you are a you are the only cleric of a major god. Maybe you could be like, oh, I want to see this spectacle because I am an important figure, and then sort of, I've heard that Leon also has some weird spells.
He
Maybe
nods.
that could help you.
He nods. He says,
Yes, one of my powerful spells, the Shark Attack and Magic Snap, have been known to truly break the mind of individuals. But unfortunately, Shark Attack is a completely different problem. But I do think I can get Leon to help me use a spell I've been working on. I'm calling it the Clerical Spatial Intervention, also known as CSI spell.
Oh, that's a interesting one. I also know a spell that is known to distract everyone in an
did
area.
Liam just zoom in to himself angrily?
I have no idea how I do that. I didn't do that on purpose.
Dun, dun.
I thought he was just like,
I literally just
really?
right clicked, by the way. I have no idea how that moved.
Oh.
Just pretend like I'm not here.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that's what. I continue your comments
yeah.
on my CSI spell.
Sam the player is having fun, but poor Cauldron is like, oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
I have a spell that distracts everyone in an area. Maybe that will be helpful.
He nods and he says,
The ball is several months away. Honestly, our best bet is to start with the Feywild. Deal with the devil down in Georgia once you're a little bit more powerful, and then head to the ball, because I fear the Emperor more than most of the forces of hell.
Well, can people from the Feywild send letters?
Adam strokes his beard and he says,
You know, I've never gotten a letter. I don't know. I'll definitely try to get some information out of Amantha, and if Paladin Boone comes a few years early, I'll try to talk to him as well. In the meantime, I think we've done all the research we can do tonight.
Okay.
He stands up, very exhausted, and says, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Would you like to come with me?
Yeah, that sounds great.
So you and him leave the archives. You turn left and then left again down an alley. And you know that there's no coffee shop here.
Can I insight check this?
Yeah, go for it.
My cloak may get some more use than I think, or sooner use. 15.
He's not doing it maliciously. He is in fact tired. He is in fact walking. He's either extremely lost or knows something you don't.
Could I
Ask him, possibly.
Yeah. Hey, Atom. Are we going in a new route to a different coffee location?
He nods and says,
Oh, yes, that's right. I suppose you don't know anything about this coffee shop. Give me one moment.
and he takes out a set of keys and reveals a little piece of, I don't think you even know what plastic is, but it's a little plastic key fob with that gray thing on it that just reads LLiN. And he raises it to what looks to be just a like water meter or some kind of meter that's reading it, and he places it on it, and you hear a click, and the meter turns green, and a wall or a door shimmers into existence right next to that thing, and it says "Endless Tales and Other Curiosities." And through this pane, you see it's like a pane window. You can see Marigold painstakingly working through some work on the other side of this door.
Through my research of Leon, would I have recognized this name as
Yes,
the
you would.
library?
This is the domain of Zin and Leon. This is Endless Tales. You also know that only clerics of these two gods are allowed in this door, and only the big boys. So Atom turns to you and says,
So what do you want?
Oh, yeah, I guess I can't come in. I guess chai tea or some sort of black tea.
He nods, and he says, "That's." He says,
I also like chai tea dirty. You have good taste.
and he gets out a metal key. So the magic key fob is very advanced and technological. The door does not look like that. It looks like the door to a regular store of like a very old store. So he pulls out one of those old keys with like one tumbler key, and he turns it, and you hear chill lo-fi beats coming from inside. And he walks in, and the door vacuum seals behind him, and then it's gone. It just poofs. The whole thing is vanished.
So I can't even be like the kid in the candy shop looking through the window.
No, it vacuum seals. It's gone. And then a few seconds later, the door opens. Everything reappears, and you hear the lo-fi beats again. And Marigold waves to you and to Atom. And he shuts the door, vacuum seals, it's gone again. He hands you a little latte, and it's the coffee sleeve is a green logo with a little gray cat on it.
Can I point out the cat and be
What?
like, "Oh, this is"? Can I point out the cat and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is pretty neat."
He
What does it mean?
He shrugs and says, "I don't really know. They just put it on the coffee." There's a little cat that wanders the store sometimes. There's a little cat that wanders the store. I assume it's just the company label.
Oh, yeah, I always see a cat with Zen, and whenever there's any relation to this library.
Yeah, there's a little cat in there. Yeah, it's cute. Love him. Never got his name. Should ask next time I'm in there. And I have completely messed up his voice mod. But he takes another sip of his latte, hands it to you. It's very good. Expertly done. One might say godly. And that is kind of the end of that little scene. What time are we looking at? Oh, we have enough time that I could probably do Zerloc's magic scene.
Also, how stupid of an idea is it for me to write a letter to my dad?
When? Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That was the reaction that I needed. Okay.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I just don't know why you would do it at this moment in time.
Because now it's kind of like knowing that Delta Dawn is not back in Voldusk where she's supposed to be.
Yeah, you've been gone for a while, right?
Yeah, but not long enough that it hasn't been like 100 years. Has
It's been long enough that a woman can go missing for less than a year and then come back.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you specifically told me that you did not look at any of the Voldusk stuff, that you stayed out of it entirely.
Exactly. That's kind of why I was thinking about her writing a letter of being like,
You totally could do that.
But I don't know
am
if
not
she's
stopping
going to.
you. Okay.
I'll think on
You
it.
can do whatever you want.
I will think on it. In this moment,
Okay.
let's do the magic.
Well, the issue being, I did not know you were going to do this.
How did you not know that? I leveled up like 2 sessions ago.
I'm aware, but man, brain hard. So my problem is, I want to give you 2 options. I want to either have you learn magic from Cauldron, because that would be fucking hilarious, or I want to give you a quirky, like, magic teacher who works at the guild. And I do not, and I need, like, who would...
I would like to
Zerlock
learn
go to?
bard magic, so probably not
Probably
Cauldron.
not Cauldron, which means I do have to create a bard. And I've already made one today. So is there any way we could take another 5 while I make a dumb bard?
I mean, yes. I can do that right now.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I need to prep and I'm bad at it. Okay.
Dab on
I'm
the
gonna leave
haters,
call real
bro.
quick.
Now everybody's gone. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I fucked up because you left. I have to get your... Okay, we'll be back in a second. Everybody scream.
Those at the last moment. They never
I'm fixing the
suspected.
thing.
Never
No,
suspected.
you didn't.
Now I'm the jean jacket guy.
Ooh.
Yo.
There he is. There he is. Okay.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeet.
You left the call and then came back. That was the
I
problem.
did. I have returned. So now we've all heard the song. But who's playing that kick-ass lute in the corner? Well, of course, as everyone knows, and I didn't just make up in 4 minutes, there is a Dragonborn that plays at the Guild of the Seven Stars. How many times do you think you would have requested songs, Zerlock?
I think Zerlock is too socially anxious to have requested music ever.
That's fair. Then you have no idea who this guy is, but you know he's the bard of the Guild of the Seven Stars, an S-tier adventurer, able to go on the 3rd floor if you wanted, but he likes to vibe and chill out down here.
And I don't know his name, right?
No. Never talked to him.
Okay, so Zerlock first goes up to Gerwin and gets a drink. It's like a
All right,
shot.
sweetie, what are you gonna have?
It doesn't really matter, just something strong.
She disagrees. She shakes her head. She goes, "Love, I am a bartender." Or no, that's not what she says. She says, "Sweetheart, I am a bartender. Drinks matter. What do you want? Name it, and it shall be yours."
And then she's back to being super blushy and like staring at the floor and just going, "Dealer's choice."
She nods, and she turns around. She says, and she makes a drink that takes a little bit longer than usual, and she sets it down and she smacks it on the. She like clacks the glass really hard, on the bar. But as she does it, the liquid from the top pours through the ice as though she's shaking it, and the whole drink changes color to a beautiful blue.
Ooh. You,
She says that's called the Clorden Special.
what's in it that makes it do that?
If I told you, then I wouldn't be the only bartender that knows the trick. And she winks. And she says, also, she turns around and comes back. Don't tell Finster I have a secret drink. Last time someone told him that, it was 40 hours and he stalked me. Don't, just let's not. Okay?
My
Objection, Your Honor. That's slander. It was probably only 30 hours, and I didn't stalk her. I just hung around the bar.
Which technically you lived at, so.
Zerlock gets slightly, not like possessive, but a little bit just like, "You better stay away from my crush." But she doesn't say that out loud. And she just kind of puffs up a little bit.
Actually, and then she finishes the sentence with, "It's our little secret." And she winks again.
And Zerlock kind of smiles. Like, in that cute way.
With the fangs showing.
Yeah, with the fangs showing, but like, you know, in a non-scary way. And she kind of looks at the drink for a second and then drinks it and goes, okay, I can do this. I can talk to a stranger. It's fine.
Do you want help?
Oh,
Sweetheart?
yes, please, God.
Who do you want to talk? Is there some pretty boy?
Oh, God, no.
Girl?
I mean, no, I need to...
Neither, huh? Neither of them?
No, I mean, it's not for flirtation reasons, although that would just be women. I mean, ugh, men, ugh. Anyway, I just need to talk to the bard.
Girlwin nods. There's a dude next to you guys with tattoos and a like a torn up shirt. Who's, when you say men, ugh, he takes a drink and nods.
Mood. And they're like, I need to talk to the bard because I need to learn. What?
Clorden. His name is Clorden Scales. I just made you his signature drink.
That would be my life.
So many secrets I can't know. Ah!
Yeah, I'm just, I'll be real with, I'll be honest. I'm just.
You don't really understand?
No, I'm just really anxious to talk to people all the time.
Oh, really? I never would have guessed.
All right,
Oh,
all
wow.
right. I know. I'm doing my best.
She chuckles, and says, "If you go up to Clorden and request a song, or request a different song, you could just let him play the jukebox."
I can't dealer's choice a song though.
Here, and she writes on a napkin, a song. What is the name of this song?
Yeah, that's the real problem is I could dealer's choice a song, but like I don't actually know the names of any of your songs.
She. How much of my hat am I tipping?
Tip the hand.
Tip
Tip it
the
all.
hand.
Okay. She writes down this little thing and hands it to you and folds it shut. And she says, "Tell him to play this. It's my favorite song."
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
And Zerlak is gonna
Secret.
look at the napkin and read it so that I know what the name of the
But
song
before
is.
you do that, she says, "Now don't tell anybody though. It's
Also
a
a
little
secret.
rebellious."
A little rebellious. Gerwin, I never would have guessed you being rebellious.
Well, rebellious is it's a relative term.
And now I'm going to look at the song.
It is the Ballad of the Blackbird.
Oh, you sly dog. Okay. That's not even in this realm. So Zerlak says none of
I
that.
can do what I want.
You can do what you want. Zerlak looks
Maybe
at
it's an
that
actual blackbird. You don't fucking know.
and goes, okay. Thank you, Gerwin. I like that her name is fucking Gerwin.
Yeah, where's the guy win?
That's her brother, who's the janitor. Y'all haven't asked about him yet.
He's the green guy. He's the green, yeah.
Okay.
He's
I'm
young.
going up to Clorden
Okay.
scales.
Okay, what do you do?
When the song kind of ends, she's gonna go up to him and just go, "Can I make a song request?"
He looked at you and says, "Yeah, sure thing, sweetie. What do you want?"
And she looked back down at the paper because she's already forgotten what it was called. I didn't though. The Ballad of the Blackbird?
Shit, I don't got any instruments for that, sweetie. What do you want me to do? Just play it on the jukebox?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, let me get it done.
He talks so fast.
Yeah, he does. He walks over and he adjusts some stuff, and plays a song that is definitely copyrighted. So we're not. You hear a very strangely Volduscan sounding man talking about blackbirds singing in the dead of sunlight. And he walks back over to you and goes, "So, most people don't come up to me and tell me to put something on a jukebox. What do you want? Having a good time?"
Yes, very good time. Your music has, always inspired
You got something
me.
caught in your throat? What's up?
I just have anxiety. It's just,
Oh, don't worry. I have anxiety too all the time.
is
That's why I
that,
talk so fast, so I can get this sentence done.
okay, and I just stutter, so I will try to be faster, to keep up with you.
Makes great radio, don't you know?
What?
He said, "Makes great radio, don't you know?" And then did a wink.
I have always admired your music from afar, kind of, at the very least.
Well, I've never seen you before, so I bet you've been all the way back.
Well, no, it's very calming in this place, when you are playing, and
He raises an eye. He raises two
Oh my
eyebrows.
God.
Hold on, I did something damn wrong. Damn. Not me. Clorden Scales, best man around, painted my lute with the sound of my mouth. Or the sound of my
listen,
mouth.
I
Oh,
find
and
it
he,
very
blasts his
comforting.
lute.
Listen, I find it very comforting to come home after an adventure to your music, and the point is I would like to learn. Well, I'm an artist, and I
Same thing right here. Gotta do smarts, gotta do it right here. Usually I don't rhyme, don't know why I'm doing it this time, but I'm having some fun on this rhyme scheme. Scheme? Damn, not a rhyme.
And I would like to learn, so I was wondering if I could pester you to pick your brain.
Oh, I'm an open book and I talk quite quick. What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Well, I can tell you what spells I chose, and then we can just say that I wanted to learn those.
But
I don't.
Sure, let's do that. Let's make that an in-game thing.
Yeah, I mean, I chose Disguise Self and wasn't sure if I was going to stick with it, but for the moment, that's my first level spell that I chose.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to change that after Magic Initiate.
I have absolutely no. Oh, I think you're doing Strixhaven School, aren't you? Like.
Oh yeah, I was doing Strixhaven School.
The
Frick.
upgraded version of Magic Initiate. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had the tab open and then I closed it, so that's why I forgot.
Nice.
Shit, hold on.
Don't do that.
Let me see if it comes up. It does. Woohoo! I was gonna do. Oh shoot, what was it? Was it Prismari or Silverquill?
It was whichever one had Bard in it.
Yes, it was Vicious Mockery is good. It was Silverquill.
Cool. Vicious Mockery is quite good.
Yeah. So I was doing Silverquill, which is choose one first level spell, first level Bard or Cleric spell.
Oh, and Clerics. That's good for your current issue.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, most of this. I mean, you are good buddies now with Atome, the one cleric of that one guy, you know.
It's true. So yeah, so she kind of goes, I don't have time to go back to school, unfortunately. So I was hoping that I could learn Vicious Mockery and probably one of the other two, which I haven't looked at yet, sorry. And some other spells. Probably Disguise Self.
He nods. Says, yeah, that one I know pretty good. Vicious Mocking is all I do. So check it out, check it out, check it out. And he points over at these two orcs in the corner. He's
These
like,
poor orcs.
these are hecklers. They like to talk, but you know who likes to talk more? Me. And you know how the best way to talk is talk into somebody's head. And if you talk into somebody's head, you just got to know the way to say it. You got to know exactly the way they like to hear their thoughts, and then repeat it back to them, but in a little meaner way. You know what I'm saying?
I can. Yes, I'm picking up what you are putting down.
And he nods, and he says, and he's holding this lute that is black and blue and seems to be painted with lightning bolts. He, by the way, is a blue dragonborn.
Mm.
And when he talks as fast as he does, his teeth kind of spark because lightning breath. And he talks real fast. And he's like, so what you gotta do is you gotta play the instrument in a way that you think you can get right in there. So he starts strumming a little bit, just a simple da da da, you know, just going up the scales and down. But then there's like a flick of the scale in a place you're not anticipating, and one of the specific orcs jumps up. He goes, "It's always that one with hecklers, always the G sharp, boom." And the orc kind of flinches again and looks around, and Clorden says, "And then your mother hated you because you know what? Who else hates you? Everybody." Bam. And the orc just starts crying.
Wow.
Yeah. Always go for the mothers with orcs. Always go for the mothers.
I'm going to have to learn to talk faster and more confidently.
Confidence is the absolute key, actually. The speed is just something that I style with, you know, because I rap sometimes, but not all the time. But my skills and power come from the confidence of me and the skill with the instrument. And he spins it. It shouldn't spin. It doesn't make sense why he does that. He spins it and then, like, jumps it back and he goes, "You see the skill." He's a heavy rocker, by the way.
Mm. All right, we're all right.
He comes back after jamming a little bit and he says, "Confidence is key. Musical instruments are second, and being kick-ass," he flicks his sunglasses down, "is the third. Jam with me." What do you jam? Do you have a musical instrument?
I don't.
Well, that might have.
Do we want to say that you borrowed my pan flutes? Because I don't know why I have a musical instrument, but apparently I do.
Have musical instruments in general just like behind him?
No.
He just has the one.
Yeah, he's a bard.
Yes, but he sits here all day playing sets. I assumed he knew a couple more. And
Have you
therefore
ever
had
met
them.
that kind of guy that plays Wonderwall everywhere?
Yes.
He's
I
only
hate
got
you.
the one guitar, man. Like,
Okay, so she has classical training, is what I'm going to say.
in.
Probably like a violin.
Do you have a violin on your character sheet?
No, I do not.
You know who has one thing on his character sheet, though?
Fucking Finster. So yes, I will take the stupid pan flute.
Yes!
I love the image of this rocker guy, sunglasses flipped down. And you're. Yeah,
I just
the
go-
drums are like, just like.
I just go like
You're an
just one
amateur,
note.
so you only know like. Twinkle, twinkle, little, and then you play a sharp, and it just throws the whole beat off.
Yeah.
But that sharp allows you to get the other orc's attention. You see him kind of perk up too and kind of look around. What do you say?
You, your
Uh,
mother was a cow?
Clorden looks back at you and goes, "Remember, always go for the mothers."
Your mother was a cow, is what she says.
And the guy doesn't cry like the other one, but does kind of like, "Aw." Like,
You're not even
notices-
full orc.
Oh! And that's when he starts crying. It's right when you come in at the end there with the cruel stinger. And the two hecklers are crying, and Clorden goes, "All right, girl, all right, I'll tell you what. I think this could be a beautiful arrangement."
Hell yeah.
And that is the end of the scene with Clorden Scales.
I like him.
He is a pain in the ass to talk, but he
Yep.
exists. So it is the next morning, and Atom sits down and rolls out this huge sheet of paper. That is the entire map of the realm. And he says, gotta pull up his voice. And he says, you don't have to pull it up, Avalon. He pulls it up. So, our strategy is as follows. We figure out the truth of Typhon's lies. We tell everyone, because Finster's really good at telling secrets. And then, not a lot of people, or none, show up to his Transcendence concert in a year's time. And we save the day.
I'm not quite so sure about that. He's very convincing.
He's also a changeling, by the way, just in case you didn't know that.
Atom blinks and he's like, I did not know that. I did read somewhere that he wasn't exactly human, but I didn't. Is this some kind of? Can we use this against him somehow?
Well, there's a bit of a prejudice against changelings, given that no one trusts them. But he's also very convincing, so he could probably work with it unless we find something to do about it.
Do changelings have, weaknesses?
Do I know
They are
anything?
fake
kind of
creatures.
nods and he says, yes, I've noticed that a lot of really fleshy beings don't like being stabbed a lot. It doesn't really affect me, but I know stabbing, drowning.
How about silver? Does silver work better? Would I know anything about changeling? Because I do.
No,
know
silver is
changeling.
pretty fine with me. Copper's also.
No.
The kind of material doesn't really affect me. Oh, not me.
On changelings, yes. Do I...
No, changelings get stabbed like everybody else.
Okay. Do they have? All right, that's fair. Do we know any
Oh.
weaknesses on the changelings?
No,
Well,
they get
you
stabbed
do.
like everybody else. What's up?
Sorry, well, you do know a true god, and you have connections with other clerics, so maybe you, Leon and some other gods could get together and just, lightning bolt, and
Just
then
beat
just,
him up.
smite him.
Unfortunately, it seems to me that Leon thinks this is a problem, and nobody else does. Which puts us at a distinct disadvantage in most ways. However, I do think this, and he points at the plan he's like, sorry. He points at the plan he's like worked on like all week or all night basically while all of you slept. And he's like worked it out. He's like, go to Feywild, go to Hell, go to Voldusk. Be nice.
So Zerlok looks at the map, looks at the circled Voldusk, and kind of goes paler than she already is.
Okay, that does in fact happen.
Yes, I just don't. Does he say that they're going to the ball? Thing?
Yes.
Oh no.
Sounds exciting. Bet there's lots of secrets there.
No.
I would say so. Zerlok, do you have a problem with trying to save the world?
Of course not. I have a problem with going to Voldusk with a bunch of vultures.
Well, to my understanding, there's not a lot of actual wildlife in Voldusk. No vultures.
I think she
So,
was
you're
referring
safe.
to us. She might have been referring to us.
No, I was
No, I'm a
referring to the.
warforged.
I was referring to the den of Dampiers that are, in my opinion, the worst behaved, worst people I have ever had the misfortune of being related to.
But not the ones you know. 'cause
Hold
that has
on.
to be
Can we
us.
talk for a quick second about the fact that your friend just mentioned she's related to the people who would be attending the Emperor's Ball? That seems wild.
That
Does
means we
everyone
have
know
a
this but
link.
me?
Oh, did you not know that?
No. Or,
Me
no.
neither, but we're a working party.
Working pretty poorly on communication, it would seem.
Well, I did. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Zerlok, what was it? I had a secret to tell you. What was it? What was it? This is probably not important. Never mind.
I hate to.
Ah! I care about her learning that information about Gerwin.
Oh, right, it was Gerwin. I
Wait,
forgot.
no! You actually forgot, you piece of shit!
No, that was a joke.
Oh, okay,
In
good,
character.
good.
Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. Speaking of you, Zerlok, and your familial relations and future familial relations, the bartender lass, she's digging you a lot. She's into chicks. She's into vampires. She's diadem, whatever it's called. She loves it. Great stuff.
Zerlok kind of pauses and just kind of goes, "Yes, I have a chance."
And can we get back to the? I understand.
Oh, right. Yes.
Universe ending. Right.
World's
Universe
ending thing. Yes,
So
that's important.
Feywild, I have
Leaving a
booked.
corpse.
I have booked passage to the portal of the Feywild for tomorrow morning.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, the three of you. Here are your tickets. And he slides you some tickets.
aren't we not going to remember anything? Leaving.
No, according to me and Cauldron's research, there should be a way to get a boon from the Fey Lady when you go there and discover the truth. Then when you come back, you'll be able to remember and possibly even bring evidence.
so you just want us to just get a boon from the magical, godlike Fey lady? God, no, genuinely God.
Genuinely the god of contentment, yes. She's very nice.
Wait, do I know the cleric of the god of... Okay, I might be able to help. I know a few secrets, I think.
No, that's a Do you know? Oh, yeah, you know that Amantha and Vera are...
I have some well, I don't call it blackmail material. That sounds dirty. I have some material they don't want getting out that may influence them in a way that will benefit us, which is technically the definition of blackmail.
That
but I
is, in
don't
fact,
use
the
the word.
definition of blackmail.
the definition of blackmail.
Remember, definitions are bullshit. As are words and names. Lots of things are.
And Atom kind of gives you these tickets and says, "All right, are you ready?"
Quick question. Did you ever get an answer on, can we send letters from the Feywild?
He shakes his head. He says, "I literally crafted this beautiful plan and bought tickets last night. We don't have time. We have only a year to stop one of the most powerful, popular bards in history from becoming a god and destroying the world."
Great. Makes it sound like we have a chance.
Glad that you believe in us.
I don't believe in us.
you say there we go. You say I don't believe in us, and you hear and Finster was right, for as we know,
Yes.
our heroes are going to die.
You better believe it, you dumb bastard. I'll kill myself if I have to die. You won't get me out of this one.
Doesn't seem to hear that last part. And that's where we're gonna end today's session.
All right. If you like our content, come tune back in next Saturday at the same time, same place here.
Same spatial area.
Same spatial area. We are all on Earth, you know. Anyway, allegedly. If you like art content, you can see me Tuesdays and Thursdays most of the time if I don't get sick. Next stream is Tuesday at 11. Thank you for watching.
Au revoir.
Thank you, Arcane Anthems, for all of our music. And
thank our sponsor.
No.
Tea. It's non-generic and not a company.
Water.
Oh my god.
And
Okay.
one letter.
And one letter.
And
the
of course,
letter
Coca.
I hate you. Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.